we have this discussion all the time. You know, killing big bucks used to be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal at all anymore. I mean, it's who cares? So what? You killed a 190. Well, there's guys killing 3 190s a year.
And that's funny, man.
To kill a 200-inch deer doesn't matter anymore.
Ugh.
You know, if you're a deer farmer and you got enough ground and enough money, you're going to kill 190s and 200s multiple every year. And it used to be a big deal on video. Now it's not. And especially with all these different platforms and whatnot, it's a different world. So we as producers have to figure out, okay, what is it that the general public really wants to see? What will keep them interested? How can you keep them to where you're relevant, that they want to watch your content? It's obviously, everyone wants to see people kill big deer.
Right.
That's my goal, is to kill mature deer and big deer.
Yep.
I know in reality that, you know, I don't have a 200-inch deer to hunt. I don't have a 190 to hunt that I know of right now. Now, I'm fortunate I live in the state of Iowa where one could walk by.
Yeah.
But my tracks are small. I'm hunting deer that are passing through. You know, it's just a reality. But so I got to try and, you know, bring things to the consumer or the person that's watching my content that, if nothing else, makes them feel like I could do that, or they can relate to what I'm doing or what we've just done or what we're talking about. I don't think that a lot of it anymore that's out there is relatable to the general public. Of killing these giants and bunches of them every year, and it's the same story, you know, in the pictures and the this and that, and you know, and it's just about money. If you got enough money and enough acres and you're a deer farmer, you're going to kill big deer, period. It's not that hard.
So Jay, when you look, and I completely agree, it's funny. I mean, that it really does come to that, and it pains us to say that, but like, it doesn't. You kill big deer, who cares? Nobody cares anymore, and that's probably the saddest thing that I would have to say is like, and it's not. I won't say that it's like nobody cares,
you're right.
It doesn't make you special.
Well, let me add this onto it. I don't think it's just the content and the desensitization that's doing that. That is, from a content consumption standpoint, it is that. It's like, oh, yep, there's another 200. From an actually going out and doing it standpoint, which there are some of us that still like to go out and try to kill a big buck, it's you know, everything we talked about this morning. It's the things that have made it easier. Not that they're, again, not to go all the way down this inherently evil. Frankly, in terms of making it easier, I mean, cameras, the guys that still are doing it legitimately, nothing has changed the industry, in my opinion, more than trail cameras, you know, and especially cell cameras. But if you want to tack onto that, most guys aren't, you know, using it for these purposes. But your crossbows, your compound,
corn pals,
you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff makes killing big deer. It does. It just makes them easier. But dude, trail cameras more than anything. That is the thing that like lifted the veil on. Imagine right now.
That's what it did, though. You said it right there.
Yeah.
Lifted the veil.
Lifted the veil.
Before, if a 150 mature buck came in front of me, odds of me ever passing that deer, I would have been nuts. But if I know there's a 170 and a 180 also on the same farm, I might pass them now, because I know there are bigger ones.
Listen, dude, as much as I love trail cameras, if you took them away right now, like if they didn't exist, I think everybody would like kind of come out of a haze and they'd be like, oh, wow, like we can enjoy hunting again. We can go out and like just...
Nick and I were just talking about that in Ohio, because I haven't been out there. I don't have any cameras running. And he's like, well, just get out there and hunt, dude. I was like, I am. I was like, I don't know what it's a surprise factor, right?
Those are the kind of the crooks or whatever that, you know, kind of keep us at bay and thinking we know what we know, and it also is what gets some of those giant deer killed. So, if you remove that from the equation, I think the playing field would be leveled in a lot of ways.
I tell Wyatt all the time, but when I first started in this industry, and when I first started bow hunting, well before I ever got in the industry, I didn't even know what a food plot was. You know, my way of hunting then was I would go into a ditch or a block of timber or whatever, and I would scout it. I'd have to walk it, and I'd have to find the trails of the tracks and everything else. Pretty much now, the only way we scout, let's be honest, is we stick a cell camera up there all summer long, and then all fall, and we make mock scrapes, and you could pretty much take an inventory of what you were hunting by doing that. Back in the day, I mean, you'd look at all this stuff and you'd find a big rub and you'd imagine, I wonder what that is. Well, then you'd be sitting in the tree and you'd see a deer. I mean, like you said, it was a complete surprise.
Yeah.
And you didn't know whether a 5-year-old 140-inch 8-point walk by, that might be the best deer you see all year. So are you going to shoot it? Well, if you've got pictures of 10 other bucks that are bigger than him, you're probably not going to shoot him.
Right.
It's just totally different. I told Wyatt, I said, your generation has it so easy comparatively. Hunting is it's much more accessible now because of all these things. And I'm just as guilty, and I'm not throwing light on anybody that does that, because nobody loves cell cameras better than I do.
Sure. Yeah,
it's like a ritual. Every morning I get up, I've got 23 cell cameras from 3 different states, and it's like Christmas every morning. I want to see what are on my cameras.
Agree.
But you know, so I mean, here I'm saying, yeah, they're not evil. They're just, they made everything easy and a lot easier.
Yeah, I think the big thing there too, Jay, is that, and I'm not saying even at Wyatt's generation, but the fact that you grew up and we grew up different than that. We didn't have those things. Like, we had to read sign, we had to scout, you had to risk and say, I'm going to pass this one, or I'm going to put my tag on this one, whatever it might be. Now having access to those cameras and stuff, it's awesome. It's great intel, but it's not going to change how we are mentally, like in terms of how much we love hunting or the grind or anything. I worry, though, in the younger generations, those who are growing up only knowing cell cams, my kids included, that eventually, like, it's just too easy for them. Like, what makes them stick with it long term when, you know, they have a food plot, they've got a box blind, they got a cell camera, and they're just like, well, I know if I go up in there, there's a good chance I'm going to see this 8-point, this 7-point, or this 10-point.
Dude, it's not just Wyatt's generation either, though. We have to be careful.
I know.
We have to be careful. I mean, you know, we talked to plenty of guys who are intentionally removing it from the, you know, we've discussed it. You know, it's like, man, I can see pretty clearly like how it kind of sucks the joy, the anticipation, the excitement out of like the not knowing.
I've never smoked crack before, but it's as close to being a crack addict as I
Oh,
can
dude,
imagine.
I'm like on a slow fentanyl drip of like my cell cameras feeding in.
Don't you act like I have.
Jay, we're both running like 30 a piece, right? So like we get it.
It's literally every morning. That is my first move. Where's my camera, or where's my cell phone? And click on my Reveal app. I mean, that's
dude, mine's in the middle of the
morning.
night. Like 4 a.m. I'll wake up, I roll over, I start checking it. My wife's
the one eye buried in the pillow.
My wife's like, what are you doing? I was like, nothing. She's like, turn it off. And I was like,
you get accused that you're talking to your girlfriend. No, I'm just looking at my cell pics.
Dude, Jared and I had that discussion the other day of like our you know, whatever, wives thinking we're cheating on them and stuff. I was like, I just want to kill big deer. I don't got time for that.
I got time for that, man.
Like, if I'm on my phone, I'm probably checking my cell cams. I'm not talking to any other woman. Trust me. Yeah, it's nuts. But there are definitely times that I wish that it was back to that simpler phase of life without them.
It can be. It can be. I mean, we can intentionally remove.
We're gonna have it in Kansas.
You are gonna suffer in the sense of you know, you'll be out on that information. But I almost, and I pretty confidently believe this, that like you might shoot a smaller deer, but you'll be happier. You'll be happier with it. You know, and if there was a bigger one out there, you won't know. Yeah. You won't have known anyways.
You'll shot it, and then I'll shoot the other one. Okay.
Right.
Take me